along Broad Street, you run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. The veteran, Jason Sanders, ready to get us started. And off we go from the link. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And a nice run to start out. 6 yards on the first play of the game. Now Jalen Hurts on second down. He's going to keep... Oh, no, right at the start, he loses the football. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. Man in motion is Brown. And the defense snuffed that one out. It goes down as a completion, but no gain on the play. They'll send him over to the left. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. That is intercepted. Picked off by Kader Kohou. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over, and we now got to get the ball back and establish some early rhythm.
Makes the score Dolphins 7, Eagles nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Britton Covey now on the return. Great coverage there by the kick team. He's down inside the 10-yard line. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Off the play fake, Hurts. He's going to tuck it and go.
That's a smart play. Second down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable third down.
Now a 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got this one complete to Goddard. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for an Eagles first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Down to the line now on 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
King. Hurts working in the pistol. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Brooks. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. One quarter in the books. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back in Philly in a moment. First and 10 now from the 36. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Now the former Texas A&M Aggie. Here's Devon Achane. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Here's 2. That's going to be taken in by Durham Smythe. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Go ahead.
They'll toss it here to Achane. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, come on, 2. Come on, 2. Come on, 2. Hey.
Throwing is Tua. He'll get rid of it and complete it.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely...
Oh, looked like he had the first down, but the ball is out. The Eagles have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Here's first and 10.
Great, set.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up second.
Here's a handoff to Barkley.
At the 47-yard line.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
At the 41. A gain of 12. Brings up third down and 8.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up fourth down.
No gain on the play. It's fourth down.
Go Silver, ready? No touch.
Here's Hurts. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Javon Holland.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Now a first down throw for Tua. That's over the middle and intercepted. Dotson, the man in motion.
No touch.
A first down throw for Hurts. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Sending it deep for Waddle. And that is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll lead to a second down. From the gun, here's Tua. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Again, it's Tua. And we try to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner.
All right, so that's consecutive drives now. You've come out here and thrown interceptions. I think at this point, Mike, it's time to run the ball. It's time to give this offense a little bit of a reset, settle this quarterback down. And if nothing else, let's cool off this secondary. They are flying to the ball. They are taking chance after chance. Let's remove them from the defense for a while, make them defend the run, and let's get our offense back on track.
Great. 73.
A second down throw for Hurts. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I like we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the third quarter begins. On the return, Malik Washington. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Now run for the first time for the veteran Raheem Mostert. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Once again, it's Mostert. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Tua going to give it to Achane. It's a gain of 10 yards. 1st down, Miami.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Good blocking to the 15. The speed on display. He's in. Javon Achane. Touchdown, Miami.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On first down, it's Hurts. On throw here, right side, falls incomplete. He was trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. It's second down. On play action, here's Hurts. Open man downfield is Smith. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Now he'll run it. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. On second down, Hurts. And he'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. He pulls it in around the 5. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Here's Barkley. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. On play action, Hurts. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very...
To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kendall Fuller. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. On second down, here's Tungo Vailoa. He finds his tight end, that's Smythe. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Achane, a 1st down, and then some. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 30-yard line. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. Finding space at the 15. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Here's Achane. And a nice run. It's down to the 5-yard line. Second and goal. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. One more time, it's Achane. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll run. It's Mostert. And he's going nowhere on this one. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it is 4th and goal. So here comes Jason Sanders in a big spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At their own 49-yard line.
Here is 1st and 10.
Great, set. Delta.
They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Great, set. Crowd left, Yeti.
To throw is Hurts. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as